Alright, so who we sitting down with today?
Well, my name is Nathan Kidd, and this is live from the basement. I don't know what episode, but we'll call this episode 814, right?
Right, man. I ain't even gotta say it, man. It's live from the basement. So, where you from?
Oh, I'm from here, dude. I'm from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Like, here, bro, like, everybody knows, this, it's not wild, but
Right.
there's some weight out here, bro. Like, everybody's either hustling or actually working or just, fiend out, really.
Nah, that's a fact, man. Zombie land out here sometimes. What was your upbringing like?
It was cool. Pretty normal for the most part. Like, my parents weren't together the whole time. They, split up, got back together type shit, but that's probably why I'm so, outspoken and so social, because I went to a bunch of different schools, too. So,
for real?
Yeah, so I would have to make new friends pretty much everywhere I went, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah,
But
likewise.
it worked out, so.
That's dope, man. I ain't gonna lie, my life was kind of the same. Did move around a lot. That's why now I'm like cool with just, I don't really need friends now. It's like, they come and go. But I do have some real friends, a few solid friends. But,
You got to.
Yeah.
That's what keeps you grounded. That's another thing growing up here, too. Like, it's not flashy. Nobody wants to stay here. Everyone's trying to get out or just get through, bro.
Yeah.
And it'll keep you grounded. It'll show you how to build something from pretty much nothing,
Right, definitely, bro. I agree.
Everybody's situation's a little different, but, for the most part, this isn't really like a, I don't know. It's not a starter pack for success, to
Yeah.
say the least, but
Not yet.
it'll show you how to build something from the ground up.
Definitely. We getting
For
there,
sure.
bro. And building from the ground up, I agree with that wholeheartedly, bro. I feel like if anything happens out here, it has to be from the ground up. So
Yeah.
it might be a gift and a curse, bro. It might be more. It might be some good in it. But I do want to ask you. You've been doing music for a while, so what got you into music? Was that something that you was all into, even as a child?
I mean, not really making music, but just making noise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fucking, those smelly pencils, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
they come in a little tube.
Yeah.
I would play on the Slim Jim can whenever that was a thing.
Oh shit.
Just cause my dad played the snare drum in the band.
Right.
So I was just starting off with shit like that, but I did join the band in 4th grade. I was gonna do some drums and shit like that, but it wasn't available, so I got the trombone. Did that for 4th to 6th grade.
Oh shit.
I got pretty fucking good at that shit too. They gave me
Right.
this little trigger trombone, so instead of going the whole way down here, you just hit that trigger and now you're down here.
Oh wow.
And then in 7th grade, same thing. That's actually where I met, shout out Stoosh Beats.
Yeah. Shout out to Swoosh.
Yeah, bro. Motherfucker's going crazy now, too.
Definitely, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's still on Instagram. We went to Hershey Park for a fucking band trip.
Oh wow.
And that's where I met Stoosh at.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Stoosh, man. He put me on another dope artist, Manny Moss. You feel me? I don't know if you.
Yeah, Manny's dope, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I literally just told him that the other day, because on his YouTube, he only has 2 videos on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, your live performance dope, and on top of that, whoever that girl is that had the mic and was rapping your fucking shit word for word, I was like, dude, that's the dopest thing ever, bro.
No, facts.
I don't know if that's his girl or his sister or something.
I don't know which one you're talking about. Adia Rivera.
I believe so. I'm not.
I'll be
100%
honest. I
sure.
don't know, and I ain't gonna say because it ain't my place. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
But
know
I
like
think
that,
I don't know. But we'll cut that out. But
Manny's
anyway,
dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Manny's dope though.
Definitely dope
100%.
artist. So but you're also a dope artist yourself, man. And
Thank you.
as far as the music goes, you rap, sing, but you also kind of, I don't want to call it rock and roll music if that's not what you call it, but it has that vibe. Some of them have the guitar and stuff like that. So what were some of your musical influences when you were coming up, if any?
Well, right after 7th grade, I saw Machine Gun Kelly's Breaking News music video for the first time, and I watched it, and I was like, shit, I want to make music like this. So I wrote my first rap right there,
Right.
and then I just started Googling, how can I record? So I found Audacity, recorded some shit on there. I had Turtle Beaches with the mic for like gaming.
Right, I know
Recorded my first song ever on there. That's still on SoundCloud actually. It's called Hard Times. And I did not sound. I did a horrible job trying to sound like MGK, bro. I sound like fucking Snoop Dogg and A$AP Rocky and shit. But yeah, it's still on there on some old account. But
yeah, so that's what I do want to ask you too. You took all your music down, right?
No. It's everything is still on SoundCloud and YouTube. Okay. I stopped paying for the distribution to like Spotify, Apple, all of that shit.
Okay, see.
Yeah.
I was looking for it. I'm on streaming and all of that, trying to find it. I'm like, cause I couldn't cause you had other videos you had as well. One shot by Coda, shout out to Coda Films and stuff like that. I had a little bit of trouble finding it, bro. I was looking for it. So, I will say, as far as catalog goes, you did have a lot of albums out. When I first interviewed you the first time, I think like, what, 3 years ago maybe? 2-3 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
You had about like, I want to say, it was about 7 covers on your wall that I believe are all your albums.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you kind of did them fairly fast. And I think some of that had to do with you having a studio at your crib.
Exactly.
So for those who don't know, Nathan Kidd is also an audio engineer and a producer, you know. What made you decide to like start recording yourself and making your own beats?
Cause that's what it was from the beginning, bro.
All right.
Like just with the Turtle Beaches and shit, it was just up from there. I went from Audacity to a crack version of FL Studio.
Right.
But then I wanted to start making beats too, so I bought Nexus for like $300. Didn't work in the crack version of FL Studio because I couldn't update it. So now I'm like, fuck. Now I gotta get FL Studio so I can use this.
Right.
So it basically one of those like, all right, fuck it, just take my fucking money type situations. And then from there, I recorded a lot of people on the crack version of FL Studio though in my aunt's house. Fucking, it was basically a storage room. So
right.
you'll see from some of the pictures online, just a bunch of like shit in the background and just a little desk with a, I don't know, like desktop mic just recording everybody.
I will say, you definitely, and you might not have been the very first person that they recorded with, but you worked with some dope artists. Shout out to Baby Slabs, who used to go by Mud, you know.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you locking in with her early. You also did, I feel like it was one of 100K's like better records, maybe one of his classic records, Painkillers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you did more than one song on that project, his first project that he dropped, but I do.
Dude, I don't even remember now. That was a while ago.
Right, but I will say like you have been working with a lot of artists out here and stuff like that. So was that like pretty early on once you started making music? Like as soon as you started, you kind of started dealing with other artists and mixing for them as well?
Huh. I never thought about this. It was more or less like, damn, you got me kind of stuck because I can't remember if I would start meeting people from music or I would know them, but like we would just come to my house and I would just record them, even when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
That's what I was going to say too, because the reason I asked that is like when I first started recording, it took me like maybe a year before I even felt comfortable to even put out my own project.
Yeah.
Then I had to do a couple projects to be like, all right, I think I can mix for other people. And even in that, once you start mixing for other people, you got to learn their sound. You can make presets and stuff like that for them, but it takes some time to like build that chemistry with other people. So I was just asking because you have worked with a lot of people, and you're still fairly young. So like you probably started doing music not that long ago. I want to say about 5-6 years, maybe.
Yeah, when
maybe a little longer.
When I first recorded that song with the gaming headset, I was like 13.
Damn, never mind. So that's a pretty long. That's when I started rapping too, but that's a long time ago, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But you've been doing it for a minute. I will say too, like as far as the music scene goes, you are like I feel like we're in a new era as far as all the new artists that's coming up. But the previous era, I would say, is like you, Piranha, Meech, JB, Slime, and there's a couple other people. I don't want to like not say anybody's name, but I do feel like it's certain people before that crop as well. So you are kind of like an OG in a way.
I've done stuff with all of them.
And that's what I'm saying, man. And it's like, do you feel like you when you were doing it, you were getting like that respect, like, you one of the guys that helped a lot of these artists out here, or do you kind of like not think about it?
We were just having fun, dude. For real, like, Slime, I mean, bro, I think it was like a 10 p.m. session. We were there till like 1 a.m. just
Right.
chilling.
That's what's up.
And only like 2 songs were recorded, you know what I mean?
No, I feel it.
Just having fun. Made it like part of the beat, dude. It was fucking crazy.
That's crazy, man. Taking a smoke detector sound. I gotta check that out. What song was that?
It's me and Matthew Glunt. It's called They Mad About It? Or no, that's not what we called it, but that's the hook though. Yeah, they mad about it. I pulled up and I just spent 100,000 or whatever the fuck he said, but I know it wasn't 100,000.
Right. So you did have like a series that you dropped, and it was called 21. Made it all the way to like 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you know, what was the meaning behind the title 21, and why did you decide to make it a series?
Yeah, so at 21, my daughter was born, and that was a real like defining age for me.
Right.
And I already knew that from the moment she was born, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do something with this whole year. And the reason there's 4.5 versions of it is because every 3 months I'd put out another 21 album.
Okay.
And the 4.5 was just like, okay, this is everything that I didn't put on everything else and some more.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then the artwork too, even like, I was doing a lot of shit that I shouldn't have. And because the cover art's like a skull with, it is just lean going through them.
Right.
And I wasn't drinking lean. I've never drank lean in my life, but
Right.
a lot of alcohol, a lot of weed, a lot of other stuff. Not lean though, but it was the closest I could get. You know, I actually got the cover art from this dude. He sells them in like packs.
Oh, really?
And you can drop it into Photoshop and do whatever you want with it.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't take away the lean and like change the color. I didn't know how to do that at the time, but
That's what you just said. Fuck
it worked. You know what I mean?
It's a hard cover, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, with that being said, doing 5 projects, what made you decide to like fall back from putting out music, so to speak? If you care to talk about it.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to talk about that
Okay.
because it was for a long time. And it was like a slow decline too. The last actual song that I put out, it's called, fuck. I don't even remember what it is called now, but it's some like real like rap shit, just like fast paced. And that's what I wanted to get back into. But to really answer your question though, just with a girlfriend and kids, because I had another kid too, and then I ended up selling all my studio shit to pay the bills one time. I instantly regretted it right after, because I know it's all gone now, but I'll just get better shit. But
Definitely.
sold that, and then for a long time, like I've always wanted to, but I just didn't have the space, and I really didn't have the time, because I just sit in there and lock in, bro. Like time is not a fucking thing when I'm in the studio.
Right.
And that doesn't work well when you have 2 kids running around the house and a girl trying to keep track of them and everything. Shouts out to her, but no, we couldn't do that.
Nah, tell me about it, bro. I got 4 now, so.
Congratulations, dude. 4.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah.
About 6 more to go and then you're done?
Nah, I mean, I'm cool. I got a boy now, so I'm done. You
Yeah.
feel me? I was done either way. But we was like, let's hope that this is a boy. Because if I had a boy, my second child, I probably would have stopped. But, yeah, we finally got a boy. Best thing in the world, I ain't gonna lie. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's a different feeling, man, than having, like, daughters and stuff like that. So I do understand, you know, just trying to balance life, like your real
Exactly.
life. Because at the end of the day, you know, like, we do this music thing as a passion. We'll sit there for hours and do this stuff, and then we put it out to the world, and people may like it, they may not like it, but it doesn't really change what's really going on in our life as far as bills, as far as kids, as far as everything. You know, we have faith that we will make it, but you know, at the end of the day, we're still grinding. You know, so with that being said, do you feel like now at this point, I see that you're getting ready to kind of like come back into music. Do you feel like you figured out how to balance the two now, like a little better?
Now, yeah, for sure. Because
Practically.
too, like during that whole 2-year span since I put out that freestyle, I would go to Sheetz and Walmart, and anybody that I'm familiar with is like, yo, when's the new shit dropping? Where's this? Where's that? We're waiting. And I'm like, all right, so I got to do something. And ironically enough, when like the world works in mysterious ways, bro. When like everybody really started saying that shit, what pops up in my Snap memories? The video that you fucking shot 2 years ago.
The Demons, John.
So I went in there, and I found the like original video, and I won't lie, I probably blotched the fuck out of it. I edited the fucking shit out of it. Listen, and it was only because I wanted to add like my own artistry, whatever the word is. But
once it's in your hands, it's your video, bro. And I will say, like, even watching it back, I'm glad that you did, because when I watched the video back, I was like, I'm better now than I was back then. So I was like, man, I wish I could have did this different. I wish I could have did that different. But you made it dope by adding your own spin to it. You feel me?
I appreciate that.
I feel like,
and the shit that you did, bro, like with the purple trees in the background, with the yellow shirt, that was fucking fire, dude.
I appreciate it. So, do you feel like now, as you like go on and you keep dropping music and videos and stuff like that, you'll probably be more hands on even in the editing process of your videos now?
That's a good question. It would really depend on who I'm working with.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, I just kind of let people do their thing, especially when they know what they're doing.
Right.
Because when it comes to like editing and shit like that, I really don't. Like I went into CapCut, used a bunch of different like preset
right.
edits, and granted, you got to know how to make it like fit.
Definitely.
But it's I was just putting blocks in the puzzle, bro. I wasn't making nothing from scratch, and that's what you do. So now like I probably wouldn't, to be honest, but with that one, it was just real like fast pace, and with me, I just haven't done anything creative in such a long time. I'm like, I actually want to spend time just doing this. So maybe someday, but right now, no. I know what I'm doing with my lyrics and the studio shit. Not even 100%, to be honest with you, but
but you do.
I'll stick to what I do, and I'll let them do what they do.
As far as the 100% thing goes, bro, not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
100% is like I don't know, bro. So like I'll put it like this: I don't really know how to use a camera like that. I know how to use this camera because I've had it for so long, but like I wouldn't necessarily say I'm like a photographer to the point, or a videographer a photographer or videographer to the point that you can hand me a camera and I'll be nice with it. I just have like a vision of what I want.
Exactly.
I got the tools that I use, and I try to do the best that I can with that. And I'm be honest, like even when it comes down to the music, like I'm not the best engineer in the world, but my music sounds perfect to me, And I feel like when it comes to art, it's no 100% in knowing how to do anything. If you do something and it's dope, then you did what you're supposed to do with it, And you got a lot of dope shit, bro. Not even just on the music aspect, but like even when I first interviewed you, you had merch. You had the wristbands with the QR codes. You had stickers with the QR codes.
Yeah, I got that on right now, actually.
Yeah, right.
I actually brought this to give to you, bro.
Really? I appreciate that, bro. I definitely appreciate it, because I had one before, but I moved a couple times since then. So I think I lost it or something.
Bro, I completely understand that. I've been moving around a lot.
Bro.
So, a lot of shit was lost, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah, man. But I'm kind of tight because I had so much stuff from, like, different people. Like, everybody would give me merch. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that, which is dope about being a cameraman. Like, you get kind of like all the cool stuff for free.
Everybody loves the cameraman, bro.
Yeah, word, man, word. Yeah, tell me about it, man. But as far as like that, what made you decide to get into like branding early on and like make your own merch? And even with the QR code, like who put you on to like QR codes? Because I think a lot of artists out here aren't aware of QR codes.
Well, with the merch, I mean, so around here, people call me GB because we were at this dude's house, and when the 3-liter bottles came out, it was like I was the only person that didn't fucking almost die off of it.
Man, right.
So they were like, "Oh, GB," and then the girl that I was with at the time, she had a Cricut, and my friend Matt made my logo already in like 7th grade.
Oh wow!
And so I just took that logo, started putting it on the shirts, and just wearing them myself.
Oh wow!
And I was like, dude, I feel like I could probably just promote my own shit by getting other people in these. Yeah. So I just started doing that. And then with the QR code stuff, I don't know. I think it's just from me being online, like seeing what bigger artists are doing.
Yeah.
And like just kind of is emulating the
No,
right
that's
word.
that's smart. So I asked because like I was hip to the QR codes all the way back in like 2016, and
Yeah.
I think I seen Nipsey talking about it before, and I was like, "What's that?" And then I realized what it was, and I even started like when I was making my own merch, I would put the QR codes on there and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when I seen that you had it, that's something that a lot of artists don't have out here, but you kind of do have to have like a nice online presence as far as stuff for them to go to when you do have a QR code. And at the time, like you said, you had 7 albums, you had videos, you had merch. You also you had studio time, so you had a bunch of stuff that like you could push as a business.
Hell yeah.
So I respected it when I've seen that. I was like, yeah, he's on top of his game. You feel me? And I feel like at this point, bro, like it's coming back into music. Are we gonna see more of that? Or are we gonna see like a rebrand of the Nathan Kidd logo? Or are you sticking with the same thing? Like, what do you have planned?
Dude, same shit. I actually went down to Florida, and this Nathan Kidd logo was made by this guy that helped out with Flamingo Apparel. I went down there. Shouts out Always Active Media. I went down there to shoot videos with him. He and dude Mark with Always Active, we made up a bunch of fucking music, did a bunch of shit down there. Met a lot of people down there, and this guy named Eddie. Shouts out Eddie. He's the one who made the Nathan Kidd logo. I'm definitely keeping that because when I went down there, I was even asking people like, would you go to a Gravity Bonger show or a Nathan Kidd show? And they're like, oh, dude, a Nathan Kidd show. That just sounds so much more cool.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, because that's my real name, and everybody's like, is that your real name or is that like a stage name?
Right.
So I'm like, I might as well use it as both then. Fuck it.
What made you decide to use your real name as your artist name?
Just that right there. Everybody asking me like, is that your real name or is that a stage
wow.
name?
Cause
So I was like,
cause I've seen people that had like different rap names in the beginning, and then eventually I think like J. Cole's rap name was like The Therapist or something like that, and
Yeah.
then he changed it to J. Cole. So I always like wonder if that was something that you always had in you. I mean, you got a cool name too. Nathan Kidd sounds like Jason Kidd. Anything.
that's my dad's name actually.
Oh really, Jason Kidd?
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. It makes
And
sense.
I go door to door for work, bro.
Right.
I always ask people if they know who Jason Kidd is, like the fucking basketball player.
Right.
And nobody says yeah, cause I'm
Really?
I swear to God. Well, I'm always talking to like older people,
Yeah.
like 50, 60, 70,
Makes sense.
and none of them do. But the one guy that always does, I'm like, yeah, Jason Kidd's my dad, and he's like, what, for real? And I'm like, yeah, but he is not a basketball player, what the fuck soever, bro,
Right.
at all.
Nah, that's funny as shit. So excuse my language for the viewers. But as far as
Excuse
music,
mine.
nah, you good, bro. You good, man. I want y'all to feel like y'all just having a regular conversation, you know. I do feel like these interviews are gonna help a lot of artists. Right now, it's still in the beginning stages, but I always think about you ever watch like No Jumper's interviews when he was doing them in the back of his store?
Yeah.
And so, like, during that time, he had, like, Triple X Tentacion on there. He had 6ix9ine, Trippie Redd. Like, he had a lot of artists that went on to be legends, and he was filming that off an iPhone. Just set up in the back of his shop. So, I'm saying that to say that I do feel like we're doing something legendary. And I do feel like it was important to even have you on this platform, bro. Like, you did a lot out here. And I was happy to see that you was actually getting back into it, because the last time I talked to you, I remember when you told me that you sold your studio stuff, and I kind of had that feeling like, damn, man, like, because there's a lot of artists that I talk to that like either just stop doing music, they sell their studios for whatever life reasons, which is cool, but it's just like, damn, you know, like, you're making a lot of progress. Speaking of which, around that time, you and I believe JB and a few other artists opened up for P&B Rock and Lil Skies, and I was going to say something else, but as I was talking, I was reminded of that. So I did want to ask you, like, what was that experience like, you know, open up for such a two famous artists, but one of them, you know, rest in peace, P&B Rock, legend now. Yeah. What was it like opening up for them, and what were some of the things that came after that? Like, the doors open after that for you?
It was really cool, dude. Like, I was one of the first people in the Jaffa, cause I was in Altoona too, bro.
Right.
It was at the Jaffa, like right down the fucking street from here.
Oh, wow.
And shouts out Davey Sims for putting that all together too.
Yeah, I just met him. Shout out to him.
Dude, me and MG on the beat were like one of the first people there, just sitting there practicing. First time I've ever been on the stage at the Jaffa. I've always been there for like, you know, the circus and like holding, you know, some big ass fucking snakes and shit.
Right.
But it was different. It was really different. It was not the biggest stage that I've been on, but it was the most like, I felt like, don't fuck this up. Like, like pressure. Like that, just pressure. And it was dope, dude. I got to meet Cameron. I didn't meet PMB or Skies, unfortunately.
Wow.
But, you know, it is what it is. You know, maybe someday could meet Skies. But, yeah, I met his brother. And then, dude, this group from Cali came down, too. And, like, there was a bunch of people there, too. This girl named Chase took a bunch of pictures for us and stuff. And just seeing everybody from here pop out, that was really fucking cool.
Right.
Because, like, they would come to my shows when it was in, like, the basement of Urban Warzone and shit like that.
Right.
And it came a long way, bro. I remember I threw a show there and not one fucking person came, dude.
Wow.
And then the next show, bro, that shit went fucking crazy. But it's just the ups and downs that really make you enjoy something like a Jaffa show opening up for people like that.
Right.
So much fucking better.
Wow.
The whole experience was awesome, dude, and it definitely did open some doors, and then I slowed the fuck down and didn't go through them.
Oh man.
So that was the thing there.
That's dope though that you even had the experience, man. Did you have any stage fright? Cause I'm sure that was like a bigger crowd than like
Every fucking time. Even before something like this, just thinking about going and doing it, I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
But 30 seconds in, every single time, dude, I'm cool. Like, cause I even go door to door for work now.
Right.
So, literally, before I'd even get out the van and go knock, it was some type shit where like I'd have to shit out of anxiety that first door and completely fuck up the pitch, and then by the next one, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm cool. Like,
yeah,
I'm tripping. It's all good.
That's tough, man. So, throwing shows, man. You know, another artist. I'm starting to see that that's like the pattern out here, man. There's a lot of artists I've come across that throw their own shows, which you kind of have to out here. With that being said, you know, you did talk about, you know, people not showing up, but what were some of the other hardships that you experienced trying to throw your own shows, and what were some of the things that you gained, like knowledge-wise and stuff like that in the process?
Hardships. It's honestly kind of hard to think of any, dude, because when I was doing that, like, it was just everything that I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to set it up. We literally built the fucking stage with,
that's tough.
Like, we drilled it all together, some fucking plywood we found and shit.
Right.
For the Urban Warzone shows. And then, hardships.
If it doesn't necessarily have to be hardships, but like, you know, just like, maybe not being able to get a venue that you wanted or something like that, or, you know, just even having artists come through. Go ahead.
It's worked out every single fucking time.
That's great. That's great, bro. That's good to hear.
Yeah, shouts out Caden too with the sounds at most of the shows, to be honest with you. Shout out Paul. That motherfucker let me borrow like all of his live PA shit for a long time, and then when I went down to Florida, we communicated for him to get it back.
Right.
Because we didn't do any of that, and he hit me up like, "Yo, where's my shit at?" Right. But yeah, no, it was all good there too. Even like everybody that has helped me do the shows has been awesome. But what was the second half of that? Like the
so what were some of the things that you could say good times too, but it was more so like what was some of the knowledge you picked up in the process of learning how to do this for yourself. But if you have good times, we could talk about that first and then get to the things you learned.
Yeah, well, now that you say that, one thing that I learned 100%, like, especially if you're throwing a show in like a basement or something that doesn't have, you know, like acoustics.
Right.
Rap on your beat. Don't rap on your fucking song, because it's not going to sound right. Damn. Your vocals are going to be bouncing off the walls, and it's, just either way, I mean, I think you should just rap on your beat.
Right.
And then, you know, throw some ad-libs on the track, or like, for me, I rap really fucking fast, and there's not a lot of space for me to take like breaths.
Yeah.
And if I'm jumping around on stage, especially with this fucking shit now, I'm gonna run out of breath. So I might put like the end of what I said, because most of the time I have all my stems from the actual track too.
Yeah,
so I'll just throw like the end of what I said, so I'm not like gasping for air on this part that I know is coming up, or I'm like, I'm not gonna have any room to breathe at all.
Right.
And I don't want to sound like I'm up here wheezing or dying. Something else too, to really be honest with you, bro, like just the networking part of it. That was always the biggest thing for me.
Right.
And that's why I had the QR codes too, because it's super fucking easy. Everybody has their phone.
Yeah.
And it's a lot cheaper to distribute your shit that way than just like, here's a CD, here's a CD, here's a CD.
That's a fact.
Here's a USB.
That's
I was
fact.
even doing SD cards at one time.
Oh, wow.
Everybody was like, what the fuck? But yeah, the music's on there, dude. There's a bunch of pictures on there too.
Nah, that's hard, bro. That's hard, man. And that's something, trust me, I'm going to get into throwing shows. I do want to throw one because I feel like I know all the good artists, you feel me? Not just good artists, but just all the artists, period. I feel like I could put something dope together, you feel me? So
yeah, shouts out to you, bro.
I
I've
appreciate
never
it, bro.
seen anybody around here get all of these people on one fucking platform.
Nah,
You're
I
like the
appreciate it,
lyrical
bro.
lemonade out here, bro. I swear to God.
I appreciate it, bro. I think that it's more so one, I do work hard. I'm going to give myself that credit. But
Absolutely.
I do feel like it helps having people have faith in the platform in the beginning. So shout out to Slime Tovin and me and Cash. They was the first two to come on here.
Yep.
I did have other people reaching out when they came on, but they came on, so it made other people like, okay, we can come on. Shout out to 100K, because of him being on there, he also made it somewhat cool for other people to come on there. And so each artist has their own demographic, and I feel like when people see them on the platform, it makes them more comfortable coming on the platform. For example, like shout out to DJ Zay Brick. I feel like because of him, I was able to get like Manny Moss on here and stuff like that. Shout out to Yearn, because now I got other people that's reaching out through him. So it's not just me. It's more like, as I'm bringing people on, it's like a ripple effect. So like, each person has more people. And I did also, like, I didn't even know how long I was going to do it. Now I don't mean to talk like dumb long, but like, I feel like, I don't know, the more like I do this, I realize there's a lot more artists that I need to cover out here. So it's like I don't even want to stop at like a certain artist. I don't even know when I'm gonna stop doing this, because there's so many people out here doing music that now I just kind of want to get everybody on here just to, cause we never had nothing like this. You feel me? As far as like a platform. Well, we have. Shout out to Tone Pope. But as far as like just mainly talking about
facts. I've been on his shit too.
Yeah, me too, man. So he's did it first, but it's not really a lot of platforms for artists to tell their story, period. And that's something that I've been thinking about, you feel me? Like, I want to still make music, but kind of falling back and focusing on the media side, because we need more behind the scenes. We need more media people, stuff like that. Everybody want to rap, so it's like, why not, do the stuff and build the stuff that we actually need out here? But I'm not going to keep talking head off about that. As far as you with the music, you're back making music, man. Are you currently working on a project?
Not a project, just a single right now.
Right.
Cause it's like the fucking comeback song. This is my Rocky song. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
So I had, in that whole 2 years, I had a bunch of shit that I wrote down and just never recorded. So I took some things here and there. I put this video out on Facebook where like I was just playing the beat on my computer and just rapping over it.
Right.
I'm not even going to use that beat anymore, but I'm going to take some lyrics out of that and put it on this new shit. And this single, like, I'm going to the studio tomorrow. Shout out Talzan.
Right.
He just got out. Bro, I recorded that motherfucker before he went in, and bro, we recorded some nice ass shit. I made all the beats on that too.
Right.
And before he went in, I was like, yo, for a studio, you need this, 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 and this. And he fucking got all of it. So I don't know if I'm going to set it all up tomorrow, but going over there tomorrow, probably going to record that. Definitely going to record some shit for him and like do some beats and shit like that too. But I'm sorry, bro. What was the question?
I was just really just asking about your project and
the single.
What to expect. But listen, if you go if you start talking and you go on other stuff, that's great, because It makes the interview better. It makes it longer. You feel me?
I am a fucking chatterbox, bro.
Nah,
I
it's
will
cool.
just continue on.
It's cool, bro.
I wish I could freestyle like that. I swear to God,
Listen,
I'm
me
so
too.
ass. I have to write shit down, but
I do too, bro. But it's nothing wrong, right? And I feel like different strokes for different folks, bro. You feel me? Some people like I seen artists that they can do songs without having to write, and they hard, man. But I know like for me, I'm more of a songwriter, so like writing choruses. Even though choruses I don't write them because they're so easy to make, but like just I like to focus on what I'm saying. You feel me? But I do wish that I could like just go and spit some real quick. But I could spit up 16 that I already wrote, but something off the top.
facts.
Like, you feel me? But even with that being said, man, like you getting back into the music scene. As you look at the music scene, like how do you currently feel about it? Right now, like this current state of where we are, and what do you think of it?
it's fucking dope, dude. Like, I'll get on Snapchat and I'll hear some shit from somebody that I was making music, fucking doing shows with at like Skate 14.
Right.
Making some shit now where I'm like, damn, like you really got a lot better at this shit. And you were good back then too, but still. Like, when I'm on the spot, I can't remember fucking anything.
It's cool,
but
bro.
there's a couple people, like Manny being one of them especially,
Yeah,
where I'm
shout out to
like,
Manny.
yo, keep doing what the fuck you're doing, bro. And then add some more, and I guarantee you it's gonna take the fuck off.
Nah, he's definitely got it, man. There's a few people out here that I feel like really could make it, bro. Like as far as just artists, like, and that's the thing too, is like I feel like just having a platform, it makes us all be able to see what's going on out here, bro. And like I don't know, for a long time when I was out here, I knew it was always somebody that was making music, but it was just like it was word of mouth more so. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel
sure.
like now we can actually see it like happening in front of us. Everybody's throwing shows, and luckily they booked me to go to these shows and shoot. So it's like you're seeing the other artists, but I'm also networking with other artists.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got like the DJs, that come through. They're also networking and stuff, and then they have connections in other cities, and so it's just kind of slowly but surely making this music scene out here a real thing, And now I feel like it's just a matter of just trying to get somebody to believe in what's going on out here. I feel like that's the hard. I mean, we believe in it, but I do feel like to really have like a real music scene, we need a little bit more. It would be dope to have like a radio station out here, just something like that plays like, and they have a moment where they play like local artists out here. That would be great for like the music scene out here, just stuff like that, But with that being said, now you're coming back into music. You're about to be part of the music scene again as well, and what can we expect from Nathan Kidd? From this point on.
Well, so for a long time too, I was like really on the auto-tune wave, like the singing shit.
Yeah.
And just right now, especially after all the feedback that I was getting from it, I just want to go back to my fucking roots and just go back to that da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like punchlines.
Right.
You got to listen to it a couple times to know what I really fucking said type shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I'm on now.
That's hard,
For
bro.
sure.
So your music has definitely evolved since your hiatus, then, basically, or you kind of taking a
It
step
kind of
back.
like evolved in reverse.
Yeah,
Like I feel like what I was doing first was better than the shit when I was like smoking hella weed in the studio, having nothing written.
Right.
And like I said, I'm not that good of a freestyler, so
Right.
but the auto-tune made it sound amazing. So
Nah, definitely.
sometimes I would be saying some shit with the auto-tune on, but I've always felt like it would just go over people's heads because they're just vibing. Like, I want people to have to listen back to it like, wait a second. Either one, he was talking way too fucking fast,
Right.
or B, like when Eminem dissed fucking Diddy.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
like, something about a R-A-P-E-R. Wait, he didn't leave out a P, did he? Or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
line.
I'm like, hold up. It took me 3 times to go back and listen to that, and I'm like, all right, yeah. So some type shit like that is basically where I'm getting at here.
Nah, you definitely be spitting, bro. And like I can see what you're trying to say with the Eminem thing too, but like, yeah, you definitely be spitting. You definitely rap fast. I ain't gonna lie, like I can do that, but I don't, because I think about like when I'm performing, like how I'm gonna say all that. So when it comes to that, and you are performing it, like how do you, like breath control wise, like how do you prepare to perform your songs like that and like rap super fast and stuff like that, or do you kind of just stop but people can't tell because of the ad lib track?
Exactly what you just said. You just gotta prepare. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Just practice.
Good.
I wasn't ready. My fault.
It's cool, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like, no matter how many people are out there, I'm pretty fucking nervous just getting up there. No matter what, I'm doing, whether it's knocking on a door, just talking to someone, or performing for people. But the first 30 seconds in, I'm good. Because even from when I first started this, it only took one fucking person to be like, yo, that's dope. And I'm like, all right, I'm dope. So that's cool.
Right.
Not in like, like douchey kind of way even. It's just like, I don't care if you like it or not. I'm here to perform my fucking song. Yeah, and if you're standing there listening, cool. You know?
Respectfully, it don't matter if people like it or not. I've noticed that a lot of people follow the crowd even in terms of their music taste. Like if they see that this person is being highlighted or they say this person's hot, then people will just follow suit. So sometimes 100%. It's just people catch on when they catch on.
Yeah.
Now.
But everybody knows what a good song sounds like.
That is true as well. Like, yeah, definitely.
And even like if you're at a show, like when someone is like on their shit and they practiced it.
Definitely.
So that's why I've also never gave a fuck who was there, who was saying what. I'm there to perform my song because I spent fucking hours practicing this shit. So I don't care if you like it, dude.
Definitely, bro. So, do you have any like advice for emerging artists coming up out here?
Oh yeah, first of all, just like I said, don't give a fuck if you're out performing and someone's like putting it off. Because even when you're at a show, like, and you look up and you see people on their phones, it can be discouraging. But you gotta remember, bro, like you practiced for hours to be there when nobody was watching. And someone is there watching you, whether you see them or not.
Yeah.
And you could turn it around to a point where instead of them being on their phones, they're pointing up at you now. So that's a given, is just accept opinions, take the feedback, but don't take it to heart, is really like the overall thing.
Right.
And another thing too is like, don't depend on other people for anything, really. Like, if you want to do something like this, it's all on you. Like, with anything in life, like, you can't blame other people. It's all on you, bro, and everything that you're doing. You could have spent that time writing that song, but instead you wanted to scroll Facebook. Really talking about myself here for the past 2 years. So, really, though, take it from me. Like, if this is something you want to do, even if you have a bunch of shit out, they're going to want something else from you. Granted, one of those things could take off, but you're going to have to get back into it. And if you take time off, you lose some of that skill that you had. Yeah. You always got to be sharpening your iron.
Definitely, bro.
That would be my newspaper article highlight right there, is you always got to sharpen your iron.
Definitely.
Just get in the studio, be creative, do what you want to do. Because for a long time, I would make music like, would MGK sound good on this? No?
Right.
All right, I'm going to make something else. And then I got into my own shit, and now it's just me. You know what I mean? So it's easy for me to make a song because I don't have to think like, oh, would this person listen to it? Would this person rap on it?
Right.
It's just because my audience is real, all different types of people, bro. Like, right. Especially from here.
Nah, definitely, bro. You versatile, man. Like I said, like, you do rap, you do the singing stuff, but like I said, you also do the rock and roll stuff. In my opinion, it's not. I don't want to call it rock because it's still hip hop, but it's. I mean, MGK is the perfect example of what you're trying to say. You feel me? So, yeah, I see what you're saying. But very very dope artist, man. And how can people stay up to date with what you got going on, and how can they find your music from this point on? Like, what's your social media handles and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, the social media handles get kind of tricky, but if you just Google Nathan Kidd with 2 Ds, you'll find it.
Right.
There's a bunch of other random shit on there. You'd be surprised how many people are named Nathan Kidd, bro. But you know what I look like now, so
right.
Just click on my face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you see me around, just scan the QR code type shit.
Definitely, man. Well, I really do appreciate you coming up here, man. Like I said, you know, you like part of the same era with me. You know, even though I wasn't always in your area because I'm kind of newer to your era, but because I moved here later. But I remember it was a bunch of people doing this, you know, and it's a lot of people that was doing music during like a couple years ago that aren't doing music now. So to see that you're making a return and stuff like that, I am happy to see that, man.
Thank you.
I'm wishing the best for you. You know, you got my support. Anything you need, you already know you can contact me and stuff like that. I did want to ask before I let you go, though. Being that you're like a little older now, you're still really young, though. But you kind of are somewhat established in this music scene, and you obviously have skills in branding and producing and making music as far as recording and stuff like that. Do you see yourself getting like an artist and like kind of like helping develop them or develop their sound in any way?
Oh, 100%. Whenever the time comes. I mean, obviously right now I'm trying to get myself back up there.
Right.
But dude, I've always been about showing somebody the way. I'll be glad to pave the path. But back to what I just said too, like I can't hold your hand the whole time.
That's
I'm
a
just
fact.
letting that be known now, you know?
That's
like,
a fact. That's a fact, bro.
You gotta, I mean, I can put your engine in the car, I can fucking detail it, fill up the tires, make sure the gas is good, but you gotta drive that motherfucker, bro.
Right. No,
And
that's a fact.
sometimes that car is a little out of control, so you gotta learn how to steer.
No, that's real shit, man.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not, great with the metaphors and similes, but
I get what you're saying.
you get what I'm saying though, right?
Definitely. Well, I appreciate having you up here, man. I really do. It's a great conversation, man. When you are ready to put out an album or anything, man, just, let me know. We can get you back on the platform so you can talk about it, man. And this is Live from the Basement, Nathan Kidd, man. We signing out.
Yes, sir. Live from the basement. Thank you for having me. Dude, it's fucking awesome to be here, especially after seeing everybody else coming too.
Definitely.
I know this is like, what, the 9th or 10th?
No, so I got 10 episodes up and I got 7 that I ain't released yet. So
okay.
This is 18. But
yeah,
it's going to come out fast. March 9th, I'm dropping like 3 a week. So.
Okay, gotcha. I am a little dyslexic, so we're going to turn that 18, we're going to put the 8 in front of it and put a 4 at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's go!
814, you already know.